recruit students from all over the continent. The idea is have them come here for a 2-year program where we teach them, in addition to the academic subjects, ethical leadership. They learn all about leadership studies, entrepreneurship studies, and most importantly, African studies. We then get them into the best universities pretty much around the world. But the idea is that you come back to Africa after your 4 years of college. You come back and contribute to the continent.
Hi, welcome to African Leadership Academy again. I brought you outside just to show you the tiles on the floor with the names engraved. It's pretty interesting because when the school started in 2008, the school needed donors who were interested in like the vision and the mission of the school. So these basically represent the name of people who helped in contributing to the donation and the funds of the school. And then we also have some on the wall as well on both sides.
I think ALA is a very unique organization in that it has a Pan-African mission, and in practice as well is very strong in how we develop our young leaders. So for example, in our African Studies curriculum, which seeks to help develop a sense and consciousness of African issues and the problems that we've inherited from generations before. Also in the fact that we have about 44 African countries that have come through the academy, in the student population and diversity, how it's also reflected in the staff. I think also brings about a real cultural immersion and experience. In terms of how ALA is playing a picture in the larger context of a Pan-African movement, I think developing the next generation of African leaders who have a cohort of other Africans that they're in touch with and they've worked with, I think is a really profound and powerful part of the institution, such that when they grow up to become young leaders, at the age of 25, 35, and so on, they have a network of people across Africa they can pull on to help further Pan-African initiatives. And they've already started creating very significant change in their community on a Pan-African level. So you see in Kenya, for example, where we've had alumni lead movements to get people sensitized around ethnic violence during a time of political conflict. And it's really fun to see South Africans going to Kenya and partnering up with their friends to make these initiatives a reality. So I think those are all very real ways in which ALA is playing a very pivotal role in the development of the continent and the Pan-African movement.
Each person has their room, and then you have 2 roommates. They never really put people from the same country, and they try and put people from different regions. So last year my roommate was South African. This year my roommate is Tanzanian. It's just to give us the whole feel of diversity and learning how to live with other people and cope with other people.
How long have you been working with ALA?
From the very beginning, when we didn't have any students applying to college, I came in, helped them with their whole college search. But for them, it's been important to teach them to look beyond just getting a professional degree. It's looking at, once I get my college degree, what am I going to do with it, and how can I help the continent with it?
If you look at the structures, as I was saying, it was a factory initially. This is the library. We could come here and study anytime, but we have prep time, time for you to study and everything, usually from 7:30 to 9:30, so people could study here or study in your rooms or study in the different classrooms.
Born witness to the fact that these short programs, although we're only a 2-year program, actually cause very significant changes in mindset, which I think is the most important thing in the students that we're bringing. And through the conversations that you have with them over time and their willingness to accept feedback and think critically about the issues that affect them on a day-to-day basis, I think is particularly important. You might have seen their leadership journal, where they, every morning they sit with the dean and write out reflections of the day before and how their journey through the academy has been. So I think all of those are, again, very poignant points of how they are reflecting on their journey and developing personally. The academic side as well, I think they do a pretty good job, but on a personal level of development and mindset change, I think we're doing a phenomenal job.
The networking here, it's really incredible because we have guest speakers who come from almost everywhere. So the school gives you an opportunity to actually go and talk to them after they give their talk and stuff like that. And if it's someone you're interested in or someone that does something you're interested in, then you can always exchange contact, get in contact with them, talk to them. They could help you develop your idea, because the school tries to help us to actually come up with our own individual ideas on how we plan on changing our community or how we plan on changing Africa. So you see people here who have similar ideas to what you do, so it helps you. And also even within the school, like I'm in a community service project with 4 other girls because we all had similar ideas, so we just like put our idea together as one, and then we just came together and joined like a community service project. So I mean, they teach us how to interact with other people and also how to be able to make use of like other people's skills and expertise, like to your own benefit and vice versa.
Let's get these students over to Howard University. I think that's definitely something we need to discuss, you know, not only how do we get them there, but how do we help them along the way. So then that touches on, you know, financial accessibility. So
I've always thought, you know, it's a shame that we don't have more students going to Washington, D.C., first of all. But also Howard being such a great institution, it's a shame we don't have any students there. Funding will be an issue, that's a given. But these students bring so much to the plate that we would hope that any university would be willing to take a second look and a closer look in funding a student on their campus, especially one like Howard.
And I think this is definitely the first step. Like, we have been able to see just how amazing this institution is and what it's really about. And I think, you know, if anything, these students would be such an asset to the university. So I think that's why there should be such a focus on what it is that we can do to help them get there.
I agree. You help us tell our story to your university.